Hi, and welcome to the Sober Mom Life podcast. I'm so glad you're here. Today is our little bite sized morsel episode, our 10-minute remind you why you're doing this, what you know. This is the weekend reset to get you all ready for the weekend. Don't forget, our full length episodes are on Monday, and these are just kind of free to listen to on Friday as you're getting ready for the day, or on Saturday, or maybe Sunday. You guys know when to listen to it whenever you want to. It'll be here for you. And as you know, if you've been listening, we have covered all 10 chapters of my book, The Sober Shift. You can go back and catch up. You can jump in right here, wherever you want to. And today I'm just going to go into, I right smack dab in the middle of the book. There is 10 things for early sobriety, a short guide to your first days. And I'm not going to go into each one of these tips, but this is just kind of the pages are shaded so you can find these easy in the book, and you can go back to them when you're like, wait, I need another reset, or I need to shift my perspective for this event that I'm going to, or the vacation, or whatever. So I'm just going to read through these and tell you what they are, but I'm not going to go, you guys, I can't give you everything for free. I think my publisher would be like, what are you doing? So I'll tell you what they are. I'm not really going to explain them much. Just consider it like a teaser. You know what I mean? Which is what all of these episodes have been. There's just so much more in the book. This book really does, and what I wanted it to do was really hold your hand through this wild adventure of finally telling the truth about alcohol, finally looking back at the stories that you've long buried, and, making your way toward freedom. And really, like, how do you do that? I have shared how on this podcast. I try to share how on the Instagram, but this book is really the deep dive of like, okay, this is the next level. We're shifting up a gear. Look at that. It's a sober shift, and we're also shifting up a gear. You know what I mean? We're getting some traction in our tires. I don't know, because that's why these solo episodes are short, because I could just talk forever about just nonsense. Okay, so 10 things for early sobriety. So here they are. Number 1, alcohol will never change, but you can. Oh yeah, I like that one. I'm revisiting these too. Number 2, start before you're ready. Oof. It's so hard for me not to expand on these, but I'm not going to. Nope, I'm not going to do it. Number 3, never underestimate the power of deciding. Number 4, there is not a straight line between wanting a drink and having a drink. And I'm literally flipping through the pages. Can you hear it? It's kind of like ASMR. Number 5, you are strong enough to feel uncomfortable. Oof, does that hit or does that hit? Number 6, count the sober firsts, not the days. Number 7, think about the 5th drink, not the first. Number 8, addiction is progressive, but so is sobriety. Number 9, change your community, change your life. And number 10, life is still going to life. Yes, so those are the 10 things. And some of them are kind of repeats from the book, but I think that I just, repeats aren't bad. If you listen to a message more than once, I think it's actually needed in this sobriety journey, because man, how many times have we heard that alcohol is the answer to everything, right? More times than we can count. And for decades and decades and decades, we've heard that. And so, yeah, we might need to hear some things more than once. And so if there is some repetition in the podcast you're listening to and the Quitlet you're reading, that's by design. That's good, because we need to change our minds. And the way we do that is through that repetition. All the neuroplasticity, you guys know. You don't come to me for neuroplasticity. But anyway, that is why we repeat a lot. And repetition is good. All right. I've been trying to think about what I want to do with the weekend reset going forward, because when I first thought about doing this, I think I thought about it in November. I just thought I would just come on here and kind of, yeah, talk about how you could think about alcohol differently and sobriety as you go into your weekend. And we've done that, right? We've done that in the last, I don't know, definitely 10 weeks, 11 weeks now, and taking a deeper dive into the book. And I might also just come on here and kind of share what's going on in my life. I used to have the blog, I used to have My Kind of Sweet, where I did that, and it was so cool. It was like a journal, like an online journal that was there for you to read. And I think Substack is kind of like that, but I'm I don't know. I this audience here and you and my dear listeners, I feel like this is such a special place for me that maybe I will just come on here and just talk through some things that are going on in my life while also giving you some, maybe just sharing what's going on. And then that sobriety really just makes it better and easier to handle. And alcohol would make it harder, And I'll also give you tips because I always have tips, but maybe just some real life stuff. And maybe it doesn't have to be like scripted and planned out and clean. And because you guys really, when have I ever been that? Right? Fast and loose. It's kind of always been fast and loose over here. And that's kind of my jam. I mean, that's kind of where I thrive. So that's probably what it's going to be. Where I'm just going to check in with you every Friday, see how you're doing. You can talk to me. You can send me DMs. You can do the rate and review and on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts and tell me. And then I'll kind of tell you how I am and what's going on over here because Instagram definitely doesn't tell the whole story, right? We know that by now. You guys, if you're still thinking Instagram is real, please, please, please know it's not. And so maybe this is where I get to just kind of let you behind the curtain a little bit. I'm just wildcatting here. I'm just spitballing. I didn't plan any of this. So, but I feel like that's just what feels good to me right now in my life. So hopefully you're along for the ride. And if not, just skip Friday episodes maybe. I mean, we'll always have Mondays. We'll always have Mondays. Monday will always be the full length, kind of the more traditional like podcast, the interviews and the real sober mom chats, which I love, where we get to hear from other women and their experience with alcohol and sobriety. And then maybe on Friday, we'll figure it out, you guys. We always do. We always figure it out. All right. I've talked long enough. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you remember that alcohol would just make it harder, whatever you're going through. Alcohol would steal all the memories and just cause chaos and leave you doubting yourself and in a shame spiral. And you know what? You're just too good for that. You don't deserve it. You do not deserve alcohol and all of its bullshit. So let's have a wonderful weekend and let's meet back here on Monday for an adult episode. That's what we can think of those as. This is, the Friday episodes could be like when the parents leave the house and I'm like, oh my God, you guys, we're home alone. Let's throw a Friday party. And Monday is like, okay, my parents are back in town and we got to get our shit together, So Monday, we're going to get our shit together, have the full regular episode. And then we'll meet back here again next Friday and we'll do this. I'll sit on my closet floor. I'll chat with you. I'll share what's going on. We'll just talk about how alcohol fucks everything up. All right. Thank you. I'm very proud of you. Keep going. It's easier to keep going. And you're changing generations and you're a badass. That's all there is to it. All right.